Well, good Sunday night to everybody out there on the interwebs. How is everybody doing tonight? It is a slow one out there, isn't it? There is nothing going on. But that's alright. When nothing's going on, that's the best time to come kick it with the peoples. If I am not mistaken. Chalupa, Wade, Christoph, what is good? I see everyone. We're gonna go over some of what happened, some news that's been going out there today. There's a couple things going on in the live world, and then we've got an update, which is the main purpose of this video, but we'll get to that in just a second. In the meantime, we'll get on over and take a peek at what's going on out there in the world currently. Yes, and the bot is running, folks. The bot is functioning, so all your favorite bot commands are out there to play with and whatnot. So we're gonna do this Sunday night and gonna do the Sunday night right. I'm excited. Yes, I'm sure someone's out there hitting up them barking spiders. Probably in this chat right now. Oh god, these lights are bright. Oh, but we've got a solution for that.
As you can see, it's made for
much better. Okay, so in the bottom there, or I guess what you can see right here, the Santa tracker is officially up. You guys have 3 days, 3 hours, 33 minutes, and 43 seconds
from that second floor
until Santa takes off from the North Pole and zooms on out. A very big Merry Christmas to everybody out there in internet land. And right next to that one, even further over here, I think I'm touching it. I'm tickling it over here. Up behind the Santa tracker. Okay. But yeah, the reindeer cam. We got the reindeer cam up. We've got some news and stuff up there, well, and then we've got something going on over in New York. So, for today, I guess the big news that we saw today is that it looks like Congress finally reached a deal on COVID-19 relief. So that's interesting. Okay, that's something that a lot of us had probably given up on. Looks like checks are going to be going out again to folks.
The fire truck?
Kermit, what is good, brother? Good to see you. So it looks like checks are going to be going out to the American people again. It looks like they're at least going to vote on it. The fact that Congress has even come to a deal to begin with. I haven't looked at the details of it yet, but it looks like they're going to do something, which is, I suppose, better than nothing. So that's probably going to play good for the stock markets and whatnot. So that's out there. Trump also signed a temporary bill to avoid a government shutdown. So that happened today. But I mean, for the most part, it's been kind of slow. We've seen a few of the COVID-19, protests. We've seen a couple Tifas out and about, the typical stuff. But overall, a pretty quiet Sunday, which is what to be expected. And not to mention, two teams in the NFL that absolutely suck came head-to-head today. The Cowboys and the 49ers, and let me just say, my Cowboys beat the 49ers. That team that was in the Super Bowl last year? That's right, my Cowboys gave them a butt whooping. So, just had to point that out there. Hey, Kermit, I appreciate you stopping by. You're going to miss out here. We'll go ahead and get on to it. What the big update is. Okay, we are officially on
I just love you guys so much.
D-Live. Okay, and if you haven't gone over to D-Live and followed us yet, doesn't cost you nothing. D-Live, completely free. Okay, if you haven't. Oh, and look at that, D-Live is over here making noise for us. Okay, we fixed that. Get on down into the description.
Baby mama.
Hit that. You'll see the follow us area. Get on over to D-Live and follow us. We are going to start doing and I got to word this properly to not get in trouble over here, but we're going to be over there. We can do content that we can't do here. Okay. So, because of the terms of service and everything that we have on the YouTubes, the Twitches, the Facebooks of the world, D Live, on the other hand, does not have those things. Okay. So, what does that mean?
Thank you, Paulette.
We're going to start doing Sunday Pew Pew days. You can fill in the pew pew because it rhymes. I just don't want to say it because the algorithm will come knock me out. But we're going to start doing that. And to start today off, we are going to build a lower over there on D Live. So yes, that is going to be interesting. A lot of people have been asking for that. And so now we are going to do just that. Because D Live allows that. Incredible, I know, right? You can exercise your Second Amendment over there. So, other things. That one weird girl had a great stream yesterday. Congratulations to that one weird girl over on Twitch. She absolutely killed it last night. She got rated. We played all of the fart sounds in the world. It was great. We even got some air horns in there. And she got all kinds of followers and stuff. It is good to see people in this Patriot community doing well together. That is incredible. So yes. Yes. Oh, and you know what? That one weird girl is here right now. Somebody in the chat on YouTube, give us an exclamation point bark, followed by an exclamation point bark 2. And I don't think she's actually heard. Oh, Chalupa, I can show you that actually here in a second. The ice cubes worked out wonderful. Yesterday's stream, we were using them, and I made some Pepsi ice cubes as well. So yes. Oh, that one weird girl, you haven't even seen it yet. I guess. Oh, Chalupa, you forgot the exclamation point. Here, we'll do it like this. Oh wait, he got it. What was that?
I'm gonna post the Venmo address again. If anybody
Did she just rip ass?
We could use some donations.
There's the bot command number 1 and bot command number 2.
We only put half a
She's
tank
not
of
answering
gas
me.
tonight.
Yes, I did.
And
Oh, she did it again.
we could use the money for some food and stuff.
Oh yeah.
For the next day or two. So we did.
That's
put a
right,
few
folks.
donations in tonight. We want to thank you all so
Anytime
much for
we are
donating.
live from here on out, you too can trigger those bot commands. And if you'd like a list, there's a whole bunch of bot commands and we're constantly adding new ones. If you want to add, or if you want to see what the bot command list is so that you can trigger them while you're in chat, head on over to sealteam711.com. And in the drop down menu, you will see chatbot. Click on that and you can see all the different commands that you can trigger anytime that we are live. So yes, it looks like there was a pretty serious accident that happened over in New York City. I think that's what we're watching there on Loud Labs. And of course, for the people by the people, they're currently running around monitoring what's going on, running around, keeping people safe. Oh yeah, that's right. Oh, and you also have another one, now that I think about it.
Hey, they don't call me the weird
Yes,
girl
we
for
do
nothing.
have a few Dianes.
That's
on the
right.
feed.
Exclamation weird. Oh, someone's getting a phone call.
Hello.
And it ain't me.
Oh.
But man, it is a quiet night. But yes, we're going to be putting together a full lower tonight over on D Live when we are done here. Today is just meant to be a very quiet, very peaceful night over here on the
So
main
you can
ones.
see,
We weren't even
everybody's
going to live
vertical
stream, but I more so wanted
on
to
this,
just let everybody
Mercedes here.
know where to find us
vehicle's still on,
over
we get the
on
hazards
D
on.
Live, because that's
Wheel
something that we
inside.
can't do over here. We can't do it. If you're watching us right now on any other platform except for D Live, you're not going to be able to see what we're going to do on Sundays. So all of your Second Amendment content is going to be going over there. Now, D-Live is live right now. You can see us over there. There's folks over there in the chat giving us love right now. But when we go offline here, we are going to switch over just to D-Live to do that other Second Amendment content that is not allowed on these other platforms. So that is going to be pretty epic. I'm excited about that. I've got some of my Black Friday stuff that I ordered showed up in the good old mail. So we're going to put one of them together tonight. And it's going to be just freaking great. Those bot commands are never going to get old. John Wick, good to see you in the chat, brother. Good to see you in the chat. I tell you, we've got some stories for around the campfire. We just got to find a time to set a good fire. But excellent to see you over there. Oh, infidel. Really? I mean, it probably doesn't have the absolute best.
Hey, you saw the crash happen? You saw anybody hurt?
Well, if you have problems with HD res, I don't know, but other folks who might know D-Live better, or at least on the watching part of it, might be able to give Infidel some tips. I know that it can be very glitchy for people who end up going in and just watching it on dlive.tv, but if you download that app onto your phone, onto your tablet, onto whatever you have, that does tend to help a lot. So if you download the D-Live app from your Play Store, your whatever store you got, that can help out tremendously. And John Wick, I do see that you still have your wrench over there, so that is good. Yeah, there's all kinds of bot commands. We got the classics too.
I'm sorry?
Do you understand anything? You want to be interviewed or anything?
In case you don't know who I am, I'm
The Jewish voice, right?
The Jewish voice.
Oh, okay. Sorry,
Oh, yeah.
I tried not to have too much
From the trolls we did.
No, you did a great job.
From before, or the classic scanner troll.
There's some surveillance, right? I saw some surveillance, but I don't know. Yes. Yes, that is correct. This guy keeps cutting his audio. I don't know what's going on. He's like out there recording, and the audio comes up, and then the audio goes back down again. And what's funny is like two different channels are doing this. They're doing it, and they're doing it. So, yes, the bot commands are excellent. Yes, that was Private Karen that you heard from the previous channel that we used to be very involved with. It is very well known that I was going around doing a lot of trolls back in the day. And actually, if you check the YouTube channel, the older videos, you can actually see the moments that those trolls happened and how they came to be. I've got some clips on there. But yes, I was the one that originally clipped that audio. It was the one who did the troll, so you know we brought him on over. Private Karen, it's a classic. Let's get another angle of this Mercedes.
Miss Mendersu, right now this is New York City. There seems to have been a pretty terrible accident, I believe, or a fire. Down below you, like I said a little bit earlier, you've got the Santa, the Santa tracker. And you've got the reindeer cam. Now, like I said, it's a pretty quiet Sunday night, but you know, that's we came out here to see everybody and tell everybody what's going on. And check out the headlines while we are at it. In case you missed it yesterday too, for all of our Northwest folks and fam,
Driver is so lucky.
I saw this, and you know what? It might just be worth playing one last time for you folks. If you're from Seattle, been to Seattle, this might make sense. Happy holidays.
lot like Seattle. Everywhere you go, take a look down on Madison, glistening once again with shattered glass and boarded up windows. It's beginning to look a lot like Seattle. Bums in every store, but the scariest sight to see is the needle that will be on your own front door. A tax rate so high you can barely survive is the wish of Kashama and Dan. Crimes rate so high you will literally die, all thanks to Jenny Dugan. And Pete Carroll can hardly wait to blow the lead again. It's beginning to look a lot like Seattle. Everywhere you go, there are rioters everywhere, and the media doesn't care. Why, it's just peaceful protest, don't you know? It's beginning to look a lot like Seattle. Soon they'll tax you too, 'cause no matter how bad it gets, they will never call it quits. So I guess we're screwed. So high you
So
can
cheesy,
survive
but
is
true.
The wish of Kashama and Dan. Crime rate so high you will literally die, all thanks to Jenny Dugan. And Pete Carroll can hardly wait to blow the lead again. It's beginning to look a lot like Seattle. Soon they'll tax you too, 'cause no matter how bad it gets, they will never call it quits. So I guess we're screwed.
Screwed!
Yeah. Hey, you fucking pussies.
So yes, if you haven't heard that yet, you have now. Very appropriate for what's going on in Seattle. So, yeah, no. I figured it was appropriate to play, and the people from the Northwest might just be able to get a little laugh out of that. But yes, very appropriate. So yes, but in the meantime, what do you guys think? It looks like Congress all of a sudden got the stick out of their butts, and now they've got COVID relief coming, and everybody's getting checks again. You know, funny how all of this stuff is all of a sudden happening now that the election is over. Now that the election's over, what was that? Within a month. It's barking spiders is what that is. But I mean, come on, guys. It's like the election's over. Now all of a sudden, we don't just have one vaccine. We got two vaccines. All of a sudden, Congress pulled the stick out of their butts. Now they got COVID relief coming. You know, they're making deals left and right. It's like all of a sudden Congress wants to go do their job. Isn't that funny how that works? It's really interesting how that works.
No, the driver of the car.
But,
The guy in the car.
The driver of the car, yes.
but,
As well as firefighters.
with that said,
How many firefighters? Firefighters with safety precautions. They're in a truck.
You want to be on camera?
I keep telling people that for this Christmas, you should really hug your family tight, and you should really make an effort to enjoy this Christmas as best as you can, because as crappy as 2020 has been, I get the feeling that 2021, or in 2021, we might be looking back wishing we had 2020 back. It's starting to kind of look that way a little bit, folks, and it's kind
Folks were rescued from the second floor. They were fine.
of freaky.
Firefighters injured, and the Mercedes driver.
So if you can, try to enjoy this. Hug your families really tight. We've got 3 days, 3 hours, 15 minutes, and about 50 seconds before Santa takes off from the North Pole. So that's pretty epic. we'll have to watch that Santa tracker and see what happens when he takes off and what kind of views and stuff we get from there. Yeah, I mean, I've got this is where my personal thoughts are on this vaccine, or vaccines, however you want to call it. And it's just my own personal opinion. First, I've got friends that are doctors. I take their opinion, I take it to heart. I listen. Okay, there's a lot of people out there with the vaccine world. There's a lot of people talking about it. There's a lot of crap information out there. There's a lot of good information too. But me personally, with me and my family, I can guarantee you, we're no guinea pigs. We're not going to be running out the door and to be the first ones in line to find out what happens with this vaccine. Okay? There's plenty of people who are going to want to do that, and that's fine. They can go and do that. And the thing is, once people start taking the vaccine, we're going to start hearing what the effects are. We're going to start seeing if it's working. We're going to understand all that. And I'll make a decision at that point. When I feel I've had enough information about this, good information, then I'll make a decision or not whether I want to put it in my system. Now, I'm not an anti-vaxxer by any means of the imagination. I do believe that vaccines have played a very great role in eliminating a lot of different things from this planet. Okay, polio, for example. Vaccines can be good. Now, this one, it's the quickest one they've ever developed. I understand concerns. I have concerns, and I'm just not going to be a guinea pig. I'm not going to be the first one who runs out and gets the vaccine and gets poked. I'm going to wait and see. And when I see the information, I'll make a different decision then, at that point. Infidel says, sign him up. He's ready to be the guinea pig. Get him over there. Yeah, I mean, I saw on the TV, like, one lady, had, like, a nurse, like, passed out after taking the vaccine. I saw that. But I've also seen that, like, Mike Pence has stepped up and he's going to take the vaccine, apparently live for everybody to see. I don't know if that happened already, but that was news I had heard the other day. Like I said, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait and see what happens. I've got friends that are doctors. Matter of fact, many of you know Dr. Honk. Okay, if you know who Dr. Honk is, I'm sure after a little bit he's going to have some information on it that he can share with you, and I value his opinion greatly. I take his opinion to heart. And you can trust that at some point I'm going to ask him what he thinks. I'm going to give it some time, but like I said, I'm not going to be a guinea pig. What's going to upset me or what's going to scare me is if they start coming out and saying, hey, if you haven't taken the vaccine, you can't have a job, or you can't get on an airplane, or you can't do things, unless you take the vaccine. If that kind of crap starts happening, then I'm going to be a lot more concerned. Okay? But as far as I know, that hasn't quite started happening yet. It's just a theory. And I understand people who don't want to comply and don't want to take it. I mean, I live my life in the way that I don't worry what the next person is doing. If you don't want to take the vaccine, by all means, don't take it. I really believe that people stick their nose in what other people are doing too often. The funniest thing in the world was, like, after ever many years we've heard of the Democrats sitting there crying and screaming and yelling about my body, my choice, and then they came out telling you, wear your mask. The best reaction, anytime I'm out in public and someone tells me you should have a mask on, I tell them, my body, my choice. And the reaction I get is pretty priceless. It's pretty awesome when you do that. So, highly recommend it. If you're out in the public and someone tells you should put your mask on, tell them mind their own goddamn business. That's what you tell them. My body, my choice. I'll put a mask on if I want to. Don't worry about me. Worry about you. And that's how I feel with the vaccines and just about everything else in life. You know, the fact of the matter is I believe in absolute freedom for all, so long as you're not infringing on the freedoms of others. And I know a lot of people on the left would argue and be like, you are infringing on my freedom because you're out there with the mask and you're going to infect me. Nobody made you leave your house, okay? Nobody made you come near me. You have the right to walk away. Quit trying to take away my freedom so that you can enhance yours. Okay? That's all how I stand and where I sit on the topics. If you want, just quit worrying what other people are doing. Don't worry about what your next person is doing. Worry about yourself. Worry about your own family. Stay out of people's business. You know, that's how I live my life.
Rip ass.
It's John Wick. So John Wick says he doesn't buy first generation cars or electronics either. He waits for them to work the bugs out first. And I'm gonna have to agree with you on that. I made that mistake. I bought a first generation Jeep Grand Cherokee when they first came out with the Hemis at 2005. I still have it to this day. But they hadn't got all the bugs worked out of that sucker yet. If you go get yourself like a 2008 or a 2009, it looks identical. It has the Hemi in it, but they don't deal with all the problems that I deal with. I'm constantly having to fix it up. I made the mistake of getting a first gen, and that I can't argue with that. You know, and Miss Mendersu in the chat is saying that she's never had the flu and she's never had the flu vax or any of that. I'm another person who's never had a flu shot in my life. And the last time I had the flu, I can't even tell you when it was because I don't remember. Years and years and years ago. I don't get the flu shot. Never have, never will. And what's funny is that I've got family that are in the medical industry and they get the flu shot. And I hear about them getting the flu, so, you know. You know. So yeah. But again, I'm not going to hate on the people that want to go get it. Matter of fact, I'll say thank you to the people who want to go get the vaccine at first because they're the guinea pigs. They're the ones that are going to help me make a more informed decision down the road. And you know what? As long as they're not hating on me for waiting, cool. That's how a free country is supposed to work. Let everybody make the decision for what's best for their family. It's the same thing with like the restaurants in this area that are refusing to obey the COVID restrictions and shutdowns and are staying open. Okay, me personally, I'm not someone right now. I help support the restaurants in my area by ordering food out, bringing it home and eating it. Okay, but I'm not going to go sit in a restaurant and have a meal right now. And that's just me personally. Okay, but I don't have anything against anybody who wants to. You know, and that's why I went and I stood with those people. I went out in the public and in that parking lot and stood with Spiffies and the people and the waitresses and everybody who works there because I support their right to make that decision for themselves. If that waitress feels that it's safe enough for her to go work, then she should be able to. If that owner wants to keep the restaurant open, then he should be able to, especially when you're telling people like Walmart, the big box stores, hey, you can stay open, you're essential, but this little guy over here, he's not essential. It's unconstitutional, period. Dr. Honk has made it in here. You know what, folks? We're blessed with his presence. Like I said, I value his opinion greatly. Jaya, are you going to take the vaccine? And how do you feel about it? I think we all like to know. And I also understand if you don't want to talk about it, but we would like to hear. Everybody loves Dr. Honk. And I know there's a bit of a delay. It'll take a second to catch up, but yeah. Jay, he's got some of the best advice out there, and I put my trust behind him completely. Yeah, and to touch back on that first gen thing, yeah, completely with you there, John. Absolutely with you on that. First gen everything is, it's gonna have bugs. It's gonna need a little bit of time to kind of work that stuff out. And see, so Jay, for those who aren't going to see the chat or who are just going to watch this video later, what Jay says is that he will take the vaccine, but not until he sees how it does over the next few months. And that's kind of where I'm at too. That seems to kind of be, for me, that seems to be the proper thing to do. That seems to be, what it just I like to wait. I like to find out. We've made it an entire year with this stupid thing going around. I've made it this long. A couple more months to get a little bit more information isn't going to hurt anybody. I don't want to be part of one of those statistics later on that says, oh man, in the history books, what if something terrible happened and they screw up, I just, no thank you. But Jay does also say that he's reading good stuff about it and that he has high hopes for it. And that's from a doctor. So I take that to heart. If he's reading good things about it, something to consider. And see now, Josh is in the chat, and he says you've got an mRNA vax that has never been used widespread, combined with rapid 9-month development. There will be problems. I'm not going to say that there will be problems, and I'm not going to say that there won't be problems. What I'm saying is, I'm going to find out. But I respect that opinion. I respect both sides of it. And that's what it is to be an American, to understand that there's people out there that have different opinions, that have different ideals, have different thoughts, and we don't all have to agree. To be American is to understand that we're all different and to just accept it, Unless you're a communist, and in that case, get the frick out of the country. Yeah, so that's one of the headlines that I was seeing today is that over in
I saw your twin over there.
Over in Europe and the UK and whatnot, they've got some serious lockdown crap happening over there, and that it could start coming this way. I heard Canada, for example, shut down flights from the UK into Canada because apparently there's a second strain that's now going around, and the question is, does this vaccine even cover the second strain or the new COVID that's going around or whatever? Who knows? And I guess that's all stuff that we're going to hang around and we're gonna monitor, and we'll see if that eventually becomes anything. But we're going to keep our eyes on it, and we're going to come here, and we're going to chat about it, and we're going to come up with solutions together. And Jay, you weren't here just a second ago to hear this. Oh, yeah, so UK has a new, even more, I guess, dangerous strain. I'm not even going to attempt to say that word. But yeah, Jay, what we're about to do actually is, so we've now officially got our DLive set up. And if you go down into the description below, you'll see you click the little button so it expands. You can see everything we've written. And down below, you'll see the follow us area. And you'll see the DLive link. And if you click on that, you can go over there and follow us. We are allowed to do all of our Second Amendment stuff over there on DLive. The stuff that we can't do here on the YouTubes, the stuff that we can't do on the Twitches and the Facebooks and whatnot. And we're going to do that tonight. I've got some stuff from Black Friday that showed up. And here in a little bit, we're going to log off of here and we're going to head exclusively over to DLive. And we are going to put together something special tonight. So, and affectionately it will be called. That segment, I plan on doing it as many Sundays as possible, but we're going to call it Sunday. Yeah, I mean, you can insert it. We'll call it Sunday Fun Day, but take the F out and put a G in there. Even that I'm afraid to say over here, if not the algorithm gets me. But Sunday Fun Day. That's what we're going to be doing over on D Live from here on out. So, going to be really exciting. I'm really stoked for it. All the stuff that we can't do anywhere, all the stuff that we can't do here, we can finally do over there. So, it's going to be fun. Yeah, see, and that's just it. It's kind of new news about this new strain. I don't know what the details are. I don't know what the information is. So I'm not going to speak on it other than to say that I did hear about it. When I have more information on it and I have a chance to study into it myself, and again, folks, don't go get your information from the CNNs, the MSNBCs, the Fox Newses of the world. Go out there and get information directly from the source. People who don't have an agenda. Go talk, and not just to one. Go get it from multiple people and come up to your own conclusions.
We do not know if the Mercedes, as of this time, is involved with that collision at all. The Mercedes does have damage. We don't have the exact box and of what fire location they were responding to.
Who do we contact to get her done? Some lawyer in Mossy Rock. I'm not quite sure I understand your question.
From what we heard, everybody is in stable condition, including the firefighters.
But I asked the question
and one
again.
Civilian, assuming it's the Mercedes driver,
and I will do my best to answer that for you.
Local hospitals.
Miss Mendersu.
And 5 civilians evacuated from the second floor due to that stairwell being barricaded with rubble.
Wait, what?
Nobody
SEAL Team strippers.
Well.
If there's SEAL Team strippers out there, I should know about this. I should definitely know about this. I don't know why this guy keeps cutting his audio. It's not like they're playing music out there. Oh, okay. So, Miss Menderson, you want to know... I saw the original question, but I didn't know exactly what you meant. So, you said that you want information on who to contact to open up another restaurant in Mossy Rock. Well, in Mossy Rock, you don't need to get a hold of anybody because the town of Mossy Rock has passed laws and ordinances that allowed the entire city to reopen. So you would get a hold of the very normal people. You would go through the very regular process, go to the city, get a business license from the city,
got some updated
and
info.
go from there.
Like I said,
you might have issues and problems when it comes to getting like health department type certifications and whatnot. In that case, yeah, you would probably want to get a hold of an attorney. But my guess is at this point, since the city is not obeying the rest of the regulations that are in the state of Washington, you would just go in there to City Hall of Mossy Rock and apply for a business license, and that probably should be sufficient because basically the restaurants of Washington State who are staying open are basically not even obeying what L&I. So, and I need to put this out there because I was talking to another business owner in Washington State who didn't know this information, and I think it's important to get it out there.
I'm hearing some saws now.
A lot of these restaurants and businesses are afraid to open up because they're afraid they're going to lose their liquor license. They've been threatened, and they've told them that if you open up, we are going to suspend your liquor license for life, and you'll never be able to apply and get another one again. And so that's what they're doing to scare these businesses into staying closed. Well, the workaround for that, okay, is if you have a liquor license that allows you to sell alcohol in your business, call up the Liquor Board of Washington and cancel cancel your liquor license. Tell them you don't need it anymore.
Well, you only
Just
can't
cancel
see
it.
much.
Stop paying for it. You
Right.
can't use it anyways right now.
Yeah, it looks
Cancel
like
it.
they're cutting some wood over here.
When you
and then they're,
cancel
you
it,
know,
the
inside
liquor
building.
commission, okay, no longer
up?
has any. They no longer have any authority over you and your business. They have no right to come in and monitor you or check you or do inspections or anything because you're no longer under a contract with them. So then you can open up and you can go ahead and sell food. You can't sell liquor right now anyways, right? And then when this whole thing is over and done with, then you can go and apply for a liquor license. And they can't hold anything against you because you didn't have a license when you did it.
Honestly,
That is the key. That's what a lot of these businesses are doing.
That's why all the
Call up,
saws and all
cancel
that
your
stuff
liquor
is in
license,
action.
and go sell food.
Actually,
You can't
there
sell
are
liquor right now
buildings and
anyways.
stuff right here as
Why
well.
pay for a liquor license? Miss Mendersuit, my recommendation to you about doing that. Now, I've been to a couple of these events now, and at all of the events that I've gone to in person, there are attorneys there that will get up and speak and let them make themselves known. And those attorneys, you know, that's probably who you want to look for. If you go back and you watch my video from Spiffy's, okay, I went IRL in real life to the Spiffy's, and so if you go back to my video here on YouTube on Spiffy's, you'll see that while we're gathered in front of the building, one of those attorneys shows up. He says what his name is, he says why he's there, he gives advice to the protesters who are outside of the restaurant trying to keep it open. My recommendation to you would be to go get his information from that video and give him a ring. He seems like a pretty awesome person, and I bet you that's who you're looking for. So, yeah, the whole
the
COVID
guy's
thing is
face.
just, you know, I understand it's a
gonna go
bigger
on somebody's
problem for
face.
other people who are out there than it is for me. I live out in the middle of the woods. I don't have very many interactions with humans out here. I don't have very many, you know, I don't really have to worry too much about what's going on. Out here where I'm at, the schools are open. Kids are going to school like it's normal. A lot of the cities and towns around me are opening up and passing
zoom into that hole. I
ordinances
saw
saying that
somebody's
they're not
face in
going
there.
to listen to these restrictions
try to
anymore, and they're
open
just
up
going to
that
open
wall.
up their whole towns. I believe Tri-Cities did that, and a couple other places did that as well. And while we're sitting here, we'll go ahead and look at the encrypted messages. I know we've got some events coming up tomorrow that we might cover, but give me a second here to take a peek. Oh, interesting. So I'm seeing there's a lot of protests and stuff. So yeah, there's two very important events tomorrow. So just for those out there who don't know, and I will post these over in our Discord in the events section so that you guys have access to these. But first and foremost, tomorrow at the Oregon State Capitol, okay, so this is 12/21 at 8 a.m., there's a flash mob rally planned because the state legislature is coming to the building to start passing laws. And what it says is calling all patriots. Your presence is needed. The state legislators will be meeting in person on Monday, 12/21 of 2020 at 8 a.m. at the Capitol, and we need to have thousands of people there to make our voices heard. It's a non-permitted flash mob, and from what I understand, the explanation here is that the Oregon legislators are meeting in person and illegally making it closed to the public. And the Oregon Constitution, Section 14, says deliberations are to be open, rules to implement requirements. So it's a requirement. They must be open to the public in order for that, and they're not. So they're going to go in there and have deliberations and make laws and stuff, and they're not going to allow the public in there, which is unconstitutional. So, because of that, they need people there. They need patriots to show up there at the Oregon Capitol and make sure that they know that we are not okay with them doing unconstitutional things. So, that's pretty important. Oh, Jay, yeah, if you go, let me know. Yeah, DM me if you plan on going. Strip club flash mob afterwards. Yes, SEAL Team 711 strip club flash mob after the state capitol. Let's go. I'm down. But yeah, so that's going on tomorrow. And then the other event that I'm seeing here is a reopened Cowlitz County rally. Okay, and that is also happening, but it looks like that's going to start closer to noon. So you could hypothetically go to both of these rallies. But this is going to include also towns that aren't too far from where I'm at. It's Castle Rock, Kelso, Longview, Kalama, Woodland. So those are all different areas where people are going to be meeting. And then the end location is going to be at 2 p.m. They're going to reassemble at the Hall of Justice, which is at 312 Southwest 3rd Avenue. And they're going to march from that point. There's going to be live music, guest speakers, and fellowship. So that is going to be in Cowlitz County. So, and they are trying to reopen that county, much as Lewis County has been doing. So the freedom is spreading, folks. Those are two important events for tomorrow. And we will do our best to cover them if possible. We will keep our eyes peeled on it. So, two things that you want to watch for. That's early tomorrow. So it's 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you're an East Coast family, that's obviously going to be 3 hours later. That's going to be closer to noon. Well, I guess closer to 11 over on the East Coast. And going, so it's going to be pretty interesting for a Monday. Something to keep an eye on. Oh, are you guys having trouble hearing me? Is it that loud? I won't mute it, but I'll turn it down. The Unexpected Comedy Podcast is, how do you stop cats from attacking a Christmas tree? Rub chili powder on it. Go take like sriracha and like rub it on the tree. From what I know that with cats, they like to chew cables and stuff, and if you like take some sriracha and just kind of like rub it on the cables, the cats won't chew on them. So if you don't want the cat to attack your Christmas tree, rub some sriracha on that Christmas tree. One of the stranger questions, I suppose, I've gotten, but yeah, that's definitely a way to get them to quit attacking their Christmas tree, from what I understand. They don't like spicy stuff. I mean, I've never heard anything about cats and cucumbers, but oh wait, yes I have. I've seen videos. Hell, you know what? I have heard this. I've heard that cats do hate cucumbers. Let's find out. We're gonna find out together. Well, here we go. We've got a compilation video right here. Why don't we go into it and find out? Do the cats hate cucumbers? You can't make this stuff up, but you know what? It's got to be better than freaking all this negative protester crap, right? So let's find out. We'll put up a compilation video of what happens with cats and cucumbers.
All right, so
All right.
Valley was one of the.
It's like, why the hell not? So, all right. You make up your own mind. Do cats hate cucumbers? I have seen these videos. They're pretty funny. They get freaked out by the stupid cucumbers. Oh, God. Like, why everybody looking at me? Oh, God. Oh, he got up there. He's a fat one, too. The unsuspecting cucumber. Right behind you, kitty. What was that? It's a barking spider cucumber. Did she just rip ass? I'd say the video evidence is looking pretty conclusive, folks. Oh, Jesus. Oh, there we got a dog, too. Oh, the cat's hissing at it. Oh, my. It's looking like they don't like cucumbers, folks. For some reason, they've got this strange thing. If you have a cat and you have a cucumber, you should probably test this theory. There's a little kitten. I see a little kitten don't care. Little kitten's gonna attack it. So maybe I don't know. That might go against the evidence. They really are scared of cucumbers. Oh, damn. Now I wish I had a cat. Oh. Be forewarned, you might get a mess in your house. I'm afraid of cucumbers too. I guarantee you. That was a dog that got scared of it. Oh, there's 2 cucumbers out there. That's a fat cat. Ooh, instant hiss. But most of them launch. Oh, a double jump on that one too. They have a natural instinct that makes them not like cucumbers. Now, hanging cucumbers on your Christmas tree, is that gonna work? I don't know. But I know with cats, like, if you don't want them chewing on your cables and stuff, you just put, like, something spicy on it. They don't like, I know they don't like that, and that usually works. That cat gives zero, cares nothing. Oh, and then we get hit with the frickin' commercial. No commercial. Okay, well, that's good. That's enough of that. But yeah, so our cat's afraid of cucumbers. I'd say they've got a natural instinct to be afraid. I think J.S. right. I think they're probably, it's probably triggering their snake intuition. Does it scare them immediately? Yeah, probably. It probably makes them jump a little bit right off the bat, but does it like freak them out? Like permanently? I don't think so. So my recommendation to you is put something like some sriracha in the tree or something. They really don't like that. It keeps them from chewing cables and stuff, so I bet you that'd keep them from attacking the Christmas tree. Something to try out. I look forward to hearing how that works out for you. Oh, Chalupa's going for a beer run, so we know he's in for a good night. He typically does that a little bit earlier. So I'm going to get on over here and check out the D-Live activity feed. Like I said, we're going to head on over to D-Live after this for what I'm going to call here Sunday Fun Day. But instead of fun, just think Second Amendment. And we are going to put together a lower over there from scratch. We're going to build one. It's going to be fun. And I'm really excited that that platform allows us to do that. So, again, I can't share the link in chat because YouTube and at least YouTube has it banned in the chat where you cannot share the link because they're currently very threatened by that platform. So they, of course, are censoring that as much as possible, but down in the description below, all of our links to all of the places where you can find us are there, and you can see the D-Live one. Click on that, you'll find us, hit the follow button so you get notified when we go live. Here shortly, we are going to end this one, and then we are going to head on over there and continue on. I mean, a tiny URL might work. We can try it. We'll see if this works. But when I was trying it yesterday, it was not working. Oh, well, I guess it would also help if I... Sorry, folks. Complicated process. Make it a tiny URL. Alright. I've got a tiny URL. I will try sharing it in the chat. And we'll see if it works. Oh, I don't mind. They can come get me if I'm sharing where people can find me and that makes them mad. Well, then I guess that makes them mad. And interesting. So I just posted it 3 times in a row and it's not showing up. Or at least from what I can tell, it's not showing up. So yeah, they don't like anything that goes over there. So again, if you want to find us on D-Live, get on down to that description, click it, hit the follow. We're going to be headed over there very, very shortly. Unexpected Comedy Podcast. That sounds like a pretty professional name. I imagine you probably have a YouTube channel out there, and it sounds like maybe you've got a pretty decent podcast. I will have to head on over there and check you out. You're welcome to shout out your channel and make sure people can find you. John Wick, no, it didn't show up. Like I said, they don't like D Live. They'll give you the ban hammer for that one. So YouTube has a big problem with them because they had PewDiePie, who was the biggest YouTuber in the world, leave YouTube and went to D Live. Okay. And D Live paid him a bunch of money for a 1-year contract. But YouTube at that point realized what was going on, and so they offered PewDiePie a whole bunch of money to come back and be exclusive only to YouTube. And of course he took the money. But since then, they've absolutely hate the platform, especially because they know that when people find out about it, people aren't censored over there. A lot of your favorite channels and stuff that used to be on YouTube that got censored, that's where they're at. And that's why when we shut down here tonight, we're going to be switching over there to go do Second Amendment stuff because, well, the fact of the matter is, when it comes to live streaming, YouTube absolutely hates anything to do with firearms. So, in the Second Amendment, they are not a pro Second Amendment platform. They are not a pro free speech platform. Most of them aren't, but DLive is, and that's why we'll go over there here shortly and do some new content that I've been wanting to do for a long time, because anyone who knows me well knows I am a Second Amendment freak. I love my rights, and I exercise them. I'm not going to show my DLive. That's not something I'm doing tonight, JF. No. But we are going to make some decisions. We've got an arrow lower, and we've got a cheaper one, and we've got some stuff. But we're gonna build one, and it's gonna be more relaxed over there. Over there, we can kind of relax and just kind of chill out together. It's slower and stuff, and we don't have to worry with all the hoopla that we have over here. So. But I did want to go live and make sure that folks knew where we were going to be here shortly, so they could find us, and we could do that. So, as I don't even know. I haven't seen Day Waste in the chat here at all. What did they break tonight? I haven't seen anything quite broken yet. Again, it's kind of a slow night. It's a really slow night, really. They haven't really done much, but more so just came on here to let everybody know that we're going to be doing our Sunday Gun Day over on DLive. So, while we can't share the stupid links in the stupid freaking chat, you can go into the description. You'll find the area that says follow us, and you will find the link that you can click and head on over there and follow us. So with that said, tomorrow, gonna have some very interesting things to follow and watch. We will head on over and try to cover that. It's gonna be early morning. If you're here on YouTube, Twitch, or on Facebook, make sure to hit that sub button. Tick that notification bell. We aren't switching over there full time until they force us to. But for the meantime, we're going to go do content over there that we cannot do on these. So yes. We're going to head on over there now and do just that. So I appreciate everyone who has joined us. SEAL Team 711. I appreciate all the mods keeping the chat clean. I appreciate everyone who joined us tonight for a little entertainment, and I look forward to seeing you all over there on the DLive. Much love, SEAL Team, and I will catch you in a little bit. Peace.